but you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. I know it's hard, to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey, 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 hey.
So, hey guys, it's Arin. I'm here with Andy Grammer today.
What's up?
So, what has this tour been like? Because you've been on a bunch, so
Yeah.
what's this one in comparison to the rest?
This tour has been probably one of the most professional that I've been on. There's difference between opening one of three and then being just like direct support for her.
Mm-hmm.
So the shows have been really great. It is a difference between playing when everybody's coming in or like playing for everybody that's there. And more and more fans each night. This is the biggest crowds I've ever played for. It's been a really cool step in my career.
Very cool. So you got your start kind of with 3rd Street Promenade. So what was it like being back in California? And did you see any of the fans that might have noticed you a long time ago?
Yeah. Usually every night after I play, I'll go out and sign stuff and meet everybody. And a lot of people in LA brought the CD they had bought from the street, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's kind of the rest of this year shaping up to look like for you?
Yeah, so we are looking to do a headlining tour starting in January, which is really exciting. We got hopefully another single coming out, and more touring, more music, all that stuff.
So I thought it was really cool seeing your music video for Keep Your Head Up, because fans, it's like really cool how fans can kind of pick the direction of the video.
Yeah.
So what was it like trying to film all that, and like what gave you that idea in the first place?
Yeah, I actually didn't come up with the idea of, like, the technology was presented to me, and they said, do you want to be the first one to do this, choose your own adventure technology? And I was super excited. Old Navy sponsored it. It was like a huge thing. And then just even filming it was an amazing accomplishment because we got it all done in 2 days. So it was like, do this scene, change your shirt, go do this scene, run it back. Now all the bikers come in. Now run it back. Now, it was just like a crazy, wacky way to go about it. But it worked. It was awesome.
So earlier today, actually, I was just driving and I heard the song on the radio. So has that happened for you where you've just kind of been driving along and all of a sudden you hear yourself and it's like, wait, what?
It's pretty crazy. And you don't really ever get used to it. It's nuts. And in lots of different ways and forms that I'll hear the song. On the radio is insane. I just heard, I was watching something about football yesterday, and at the end of the game in the Lions Stadium, the song came on, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Or just anywhere that it comes on. It's been coming on a lot of different places. It's nuts. Surreal.
Yeah, and the song has a really positive feel, and a lot of your music does. So what do you think about when you write music, and I guess what makes you write such positive feeling music, because it's kind of unheard of at the moment?
I know. I just really believe that. I think that it is hard times right now. The economy's rough. Everybody's doing what you can, but I found that that's how I feel better. That it's less about just being, I don't know how I would say this perfectly, but it's so much more about process. Mm-hmm. So when I was out at the street, it's like, do I love the process of being here? Sure, I'm poor. I don't have any money, but people are loving my music and I get to play it. Awesome. This is great, So, and I've kind of developed that whole process. Now I get to play in front of a lot of people, but now my schedule's insane. Right. So now I have to keep my head up in that way, or it's never ending. You're never just going to get there. You're never going to be like, oh, cool, everything's great, I'm fine, this is good. You're always going to have to be kind of getting through something.
Your favorite song that you've written?
Yeah, that's a really impossible question, just because someone asked Jerry Seinfeld one time what's his favorite joke, and he said, it's hard to describe it. It's more like, that would be like saying, what's your favorite breath of air? It's just like, which one gets you to the next one, I'm just happy to be doing it, yeah.
And then, do you have a favorite song of Colby's that you've heard?
Yeah, I really like Brighter Than the Sun right now. It's awesome.
I like
when we were in Denver, Ryan Tedder came out and sang with her.
Oh, that's insane.
I'm a huge fan of him too, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I love Ryan Tedder.
And then what other tours have you been on this year, and what was your favorite moments on some of those?
Yeah, so I was on the Parachute Plain White Tees tour at the beginning of the year. That was great. I became really good friends with all those guys. I love them. And then it was me, Kate Vogel, and Natasha Bedingfield on the next one. And I'm a huge fan of Natasha Bedingfield. I think that CD that she put out this year It's like the most underrated CD of the year. It's unbelievable. Everybody needs to get it. Get it! The Tosh Bedingfield. It's unbelievable. Strip Me is called. Get it. And then now with Colby, it's really fun to watch each performer and see how they connect with the audience and their relationship and, you know, steal what they do well. Just be like, I'm taking that. It's been fun.
Definitely. So what can people expect to see from your live performances now in comparison to what they used to be?
It's a different energy when there's so many people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I just love that. I love that there's so much more energy to work with. When you're playing in a bar or in, you know, a small club and there's 50 to 100 people there, that's a certain type of energy. You can only go so far. You can get a little more intimate, but you can't, like, if you do a sing-along, it's like, well, if 50 people are singing along, it's like, it's going to feel a little awkward. But when you do a sing-along with 3,000 people, then it's awesome. Oh, my God, yeah. And the lights turn up and everybody can see themselves singing, and it's just, like, the best. So it's just a little bit different. It's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then I've watched some of your little videos from tour and stuff, so the middle of nowhere one, what was that place like? Because it seemed really insane.
It was awesome. Man, you know, we travel so much. I'm trying to remember where that was. I think that was on the drive between Colorado and Seattle. And it was somewhere, it was just this little rest stop called the middle of nowhere.
I thought it was like the coolest name.
I know.
Tour video memories, like, do you have a favorite memory just in general?
My favorite by far is the wooden spoon one. Have you seen that?
Social network wise, like, which ones are you big on and how do you communicate with them?
Yeah, I'm pretty active every day on Facebook and Twitter, for the most part. Those are the two that I really connect with my fans on. I check them every day. I'm on it. It's a really fun way to keep up with people and see kind of what's going on, what people are liking, what they're not liking, what they're feeling. Like today, there was a girl who posted, like, oh, I'm broke. I'd love to come to the show, but I'm broke. So we just, like, hit her up and we're like, you're coming.
That's great.
I don't know I think this is probably the best time in recent history for you to be connected to your fans.
Yeah.
So closely connected. It's cool.
It's awesome. I love my Twitter and my
Facebook.
Yeah,
it's great.
Do you have a favorite song lyric?
Of mine or in general?
Either. Or both.
So many. It's hard to, like, think of one. Favorite song lyric. Let's see. You know, it's weird. There's just one that's coming to my head of a John Mayer lyric. It's called a song called Tracing. Have you heard of it? And he says, because when you're tracing, you always see the bottom line. He's talking about, like, a relationship, how they're, like, not quite, they're faking a relationship. We are tracing, and when you see the bottom, it's just like, oh man, you win, way to go.
That's a really cool lyric. And then I guess, like, any final thoughts or things.
Final thoughts. I don't really have any final thoughts. Signing off, Andy Grammer. Fantastic hanging with you. It was really nice to meet you.
Awesome.
And
thank you.
Yeah, I hope that I continue to make music that's worthy of being interviewed and worthy of your ears.